So now that we've seen a massive spike in price with all major related items, we're actually starting to see some key differences from when RMR stickers and capsules were removed from the game and they had their big spike. So today, let's talk about what the future might look like with all these Stockholm items now that we're seeing them struggle to continue their climb up. So as always, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy and check out my sponsor, Skimport. Skimport is a CSGO marketplace with over 350,000 skins where you can find some incredible discounts and save a ton of money buying CSGO skins. If you're looking for a sick knife, you could catch a flip knife Doppler for only around $230 on Skimport right now, while they're selling for about $300 on the Steam market. And also, if you're looking to cash out, you can sell your skins for a great price on Skimport as well. Only a 12% fee for items less than 1,000 and 6% for items over. These fees make it really easy to flip cases that are increasing really quickly in price, like glove cases, for real money. So be sure to sign up to Skimport today with that link at the top of the description and start saving money buying CSGO skins today. But for now, let's get right into the video. So first of all, why am I making an update video with these things? What's looking so different so far? Well, we're seeing all these major items struggle just a few hours after the initial peak, while RMR capsules had no struggles reaching up to the 38-cent range in just one day after they were removed from the game. New Legends capsules, quote unquote, only hit 31 cents, still over a 20% increase, but at the same time, nowhere near numbers we saw before with RMR. This could possibly be for a number of different reasons. Number one, it could be because the sale wasn't nearly as long, so not as much of an explosive move is definitely a possible outcome because of that. But another reason I talked about in yesterday's video was volume. Is there enough of these being bought or sold on the market to cause as much of an explosive move? And something I actually really overlooked was that RMR capsules sold on the market the day after their sale was insane. For comparison, with Stockholm Legends capsules, there's been over 80,000 sold on the market in the past 24 hours, and it's been a full day since he updated this point. Just a side note, I have a Chrome extension that shows me this. I don't exactly know which Chrome extension it is actually, since I have so many. It might be the Steam inventory helper. I'm sure someone in the comments knows if you guys want to know though. But either way, RMR capsules had 460,000 sold on the market the day when they were removed from the game, which makes sense why they had such an explosive price increase. And once again, we only had about 80,000, a bit more than 80,000 this time around. And even though RMR Legends capsules had only about 40% or 170,000 more listings on the market at the time of the sale compared to Stockholm sticker capsules right now, which once again I covered in yesterday's video if you remember that, we can now see that they had almost 6 times as many sold on the market, so volume this time is nowhere near as much as it was last time. But does this mean 31 cents is going to be the peak, or are we going to see these hit higher prices anytime soon? Well, let's take a look back to pricestalker.eu, where we can check the supply of both of these capsules and how RMR and Stockholm capsules have looked different so far supply-wise. Stockholm listings on the market of course had their dip just a day ago, but quickly recovered in supply on the market actually to higher supply than they were before the dip, but still are maintaining a price of around 30 cents. The key difference that we saw with RMR is that they had their dip, once again had a lot more supply come on the market after the dip as a correction, since a lot of people were willing to sell for a profit. But number one, that quantity on the market wasn't higher than the listings before the dip like we saw with Stockholm this time around, which is a sign of way less strength this time around to me. But on a good note, we saw a second jump in price about a week after the initial one with RMR, even though supply started increasing a few days after the initial spike. So if you pay attention to the green line and the orange line, we saw a second drop in supply as well. So I definitely don't think the spike is over yet. I don't think we hit a peak, and if we did, I don't think we're going to come crashing down to 25 cents. I still think there is room to grow. We can definitely hit a higher amount, but it's going to depend on how much supply is going to be listed on the market in the upcoming days and if people continue buying at this updated rate, because I mean, everybody, or a lot more people at least, are buying these because they just got removed from the game. I guess everybody wants to buy them as a last minute investment, but just a lot less people than with RMR because a lot of people got busted on that. But if supply starts flatlining on Price Stalker or slowly dropping off, we could possibly see another spike like we saw with RMR, but that was a week later, number one, and right now it's impossible to give a perfect prediction as to if it's going to happen one way or the other. Personally, I would definitely hold on to these things if you have them for a few more days, if you own them right now, but definitely pay attention to supply on the market, and if it holds up, increases like it has been, or starts falling off, and then we'll have a better idea as what's to come and what's going to happen. But not to say there won't be some sudden absolute decrease in supply on the market and these things will shoot up in price, because that happened last time around and it was a very short move. Like, you could go to sleep one morning and this move might have played out in the next morning. So not to say something like that can't happen, but if it is going to happen, I think it's going to be a few days out at this point. But let's not just talk about sticker capsules, because unlike RMR, we actually have souvenir packages this time around, and souvenir packages are actually going to be an incredibly similar situation, except just like I said in the past and just like I said in yesterday's video, I still think these things are much better long-term investments, and I would personally hold on to them for long-term rather than selling now unless you really need the money. They maintained really good volume throughout the entirety of the extended sale, and I think they'll maintain that until not only the end of the operation, but after that as well, because if you look at the supply of the sticker capsules on the market throughout the extended sale, they started increasing. But if you look at the supply of the souvenir packages, sure, they were up and down a bit, but they hovered within the same range, like the low of 10,000 and the high of, like, I believe it was 13,000. I don't have it in front of me now, but it was somewhere around there. And unlike the sticker capsules, they didn't just keep going up and up and up in supply. A lot of people want these souvenir packages, and I think that will continue not only until we reach the end of the operation. So, I mean, people are still looking at these skins, they're still in game, and people still want them, but after the operation as well. I think these are great to hold until we get at least towards the next major, just in case we see these same souvenir packages reused, but until then, I think these things are great. Supply on the market didn't have a huge dip like the capsules did once again, but they definitely had one. Recovered back to a similar range that they were at, which isn't necessarily bad. It's not great either for the short term, but once again, just like with capsules, I think we gotta wait a few more days just to see how this plays out. But souvenir packages, once again, I think are great long term no matter what we see happen in the next few days, whether they sit flat at this price, drop to around, like, I don't know, like $3.30 or whatever range that would be, or whether they hit like $3.90, $4. I still think they're great long term, but based on if they spike up another time in the next few days, then they could drop off a bit and then take time to like slowly increase back up in price above the $4 range and beyond there, but that's many weeks out, many months out. So once again, my eyes on these souvenir packages are for long term. But besides all that, I think that is going to wrap it up for this video. So as always, if you guys did enjoy, definitely be sure to leave a like. Tell me what you guys think is going to happen with these things in the next few days. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed, and check out the homies over at Skinport to save money buying skins. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.